In this video, we're going to be looking at Moises. So Moises has done Moises Studio recently, and this is the first time I'm checking out, so I'm really excited about it. So let's get started. Hey everyone, this is Barry from Music Tech Info. Hope you're doing well. So I've just come back from my holiday, had a wonderful time, and you probably noticed I did quite a lot of Google LM videos, which were like presentation based on topics that I felt may be of good interest on the channel. And so thanks for bearing with me in terms of that. So Moises, I wasn't expecting Moises to release AI Studio as quickly as they did. Now we know Suno has Suno Studio in the works, and it's interesting that Moises has managed to release this so quickly before Suno's actually had a chance to actually release it. More on that in future videos on this channel, so make sure you subscribe if you're interested in Suno and Udio and Producer, which used to be known as Refusion. I cover loads of AI platforms on my channel. In fact, I've just finished my book, AI Music Info. It's on Amazon, it's on Kindle. Author Barry Birch, if you're interested in checking that out, that would be cool. So yeah, I'll feature all of the platforms on there pretty much, or as many as I can. So Moises.ai. So if you go to their website and go to Open Moises, you're then presented with the normal track separation tools, voice studio, mastering, lyric writer and plugins. So now you've got AI Studio, which is the new section. So when you go on to that, you get this little prompt here. So this just shows you what it can do. So let's have a quick listen, shall we? Generate bass, groove, generate drums with a prompt, separate stems, guitars and vocals, convert voice. Wow, that's good. AI mastering and mixing. Lots there. Moises AI Studio. Great. That's cool. Now there is a free plan. I'll go into the tiers later in this video, but I really wanted to get started. So what I did is I went onto Splice and actually found this sample here. So we're going to have a quick listen to this one.
Every time you leave, you can wait to come back. You'll be on your knees until you hit the road, Jack. Wouldn't it be better if you never left? And don't pretend you've thrown us life away.
I love that. What's nice about Splice is you're able to get licensed for these samples. You got the key and beats per minute, which can be quite useful. You obviously have to pay for the plan to get these, and then you can literally download it. So I thought that might be a good start for actually doing this. So I'm just going to go into downloads, if I can find it. Here it is. I'm just going to drag it over the top. Wow. Okay. What I forgot to show you was it just had a prompt saying, what do you want to call this session? I just left it as session 1 and just clicked OK. Right, so we've got our sample.
Every time you leave.
Nice. So within that sample, we've got things like volume on here. We've got volume control. We've got this ellipse button where you can convert the voice. So we can generate stems. We can separate stems by auto detect or selecting them. You've got group as well. Export, edit, rename, duplicate, and delete. So I'm just going to change this to vocal just so it's a little bit more tidy. Okay. And you can see this is a timeline here of it playing the sample as it goes on and on. You've got the metronome button here as well, which is pretty cool. If you heard that knocking, that was my Amazon delivery driver. They always come at the best times, don't they? So let's get cracking. So we've got our vocal sample on here. We've got the save button. We've got the metronome button, which I just said. You can change the beats per minute and the time signature here, or you can AI auto detect it. So let's see how we get on. I'm out of breath because I ran up the stairs. So where are we now? Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. That's absolutely spot on. So if I leave the metronome ticking by clicking the green, we can rewind, and play.
Every time you leave, you can wait to come back. You'll be on your knees until you hit the road, Jack.
So you can hear that. You can tell that timing's pretty perfect. So that's a really good start, to be fair. Obviously, we don't want to do any of that because that's just the main menu. So stem generation. Okay, so let's try this, shall we? Okay, so we need drums, don't we? So let's go to drums. And I'm just trying to find the best genre for this, really. House, techno. Let's try techno. Generate stem. A new track has been added to your project. Techno drums with the volume control. That's panning, isn't it? Yeah, that's panning, just to let you know. And this, there we go. And this is the volume control here. So we'll just give it a moment. But there's loads of genres to actually choose from here. The only concern that I've got is like, I mean, you've got AI match, but I kind of might prefer a text prompt. But I think you do that via custom, yeah. So you can describe the text prompt here, yeah, and then you click generate. So that is your alternative. I suppose this is really advantageous because you're saving a lot of time if you know what kind of genre you're after or mood or whatever. So it's nice that there's quite a lot in here, and that's cool. Now looking at this in terms of the stem generation, you've got things like drums, you've got bass, you've got guitar, and you've got others as well where you've got violin, strings, lo-fi keys, and electric piano. So that's pretty cool. And you're still able to drop in your own audio files if you still want to continue. And this really is bridging the gap between AI music generation and actually creating music traditionally as a producer or musician, which is what I've been doing for, gosh, 25 years or so, maybe 30 years. So from my point of view, it's nice that they're bridging the gap. I feel that the traditional DAW companies such as Cubase and FL Studio, they're going to start to worry about this because we're going to have Studio with DAW capability. We've now already got Moises with this capability, and this looks quite extensive from my point of view already. You know, this isn't simple by any means. It seems quite good. It auto saves as well. It's online, which a lot of DAWs aren't. So yeah, it's going to be interesting competition in the market. So we've got our techno drums. So let's see how that goes.
Every time you leave, you can wait to come back. You'll be on your knees until you hit the road, Jack. Wouldn't it be better if you never left? And don't be tired of 35 away.
Not bad, not bad. I mean, from my point of view, it's a bit full on. And I think it may make sense for me to try and cut it just to kind of make it a bit more straightforward. Okay, now interestingly, what you can do, if you want to edit anything that you've done, you use the ellipse button on the left and then you go to edit, and that allows you can see this stem editor down the bottom, because I was kind of hoping that you could do it actually on here, but you've got your own stem editor, so obviously you can hone in more. You probably can't see it. You've got the zoom button where I'm in the front of it. You've got the play button at the bottom. You can silence, you can cut, and you can crop. So let's just have a listen to the drum beat. Okay, I'd like that to start literally there. So I'm gonna, in fact, let me zoom in a little bit. Does it let me zoom in a little bit? Yeah, there we go. Okay, I need the magic mouse really on this because this is a bit more specific. There we go. The Apple mouse, as they say. Where was it? Okay, there's a bit of a delay. It's probably because of my AirPods. So I'm just going to cut that out. Offset is out of bounds. Okay, fair enough. Can you crop it? Oh, I know what I've just done. Okay, so now I'm looking for an undo button. I can't see one. Interesting. Oh yeah, it is there. It's very small. Okay, let's try that again. Cut. Okay, it's done it now. So now if I go to the beginning and do that, that's better. It's not perfectly on the beat, but it's not too far off. Let's have a listen to how it sounds on the top. Okay, that's just the region. So the good thing is if you just want to play and repeat a particular region, you can do that as well by just dragging over the ruler.
Every time you leave, you can't wait to come back. You'll be on your knees until you hit the road, Jack. Wouldn't it be better if you never left?
Of course, you're not going to see the revision until you click the done button on the bottom right. So let me just show you this, just so that it's more easier. So here you've got the undo button, you've got the redo button, you've got the zoom in, and you've got the done here. So that's quite cool. In fact, let me move it myself over to the other side just to make it easier for you. Right, so now let's click done, replace existing, and we're going to rewind. Rewind, I'm really showing my age. And I'm going to click play.
Every time you leave, you can't wait to come back.
Okay, it's offbeat. It's completely offbeat. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to edit again, and I'm going to just cut it from about here. Cut. Done. Let's see how that is. Replace existing.
Every time you leave, you can't wait to come.
I still can't get it right. And I can't seem to drag and drop. Tell you what I'll do. It's because it's quite fiddly. Now what I haven't shown you is you can mute tracks and you can solo them as well. So if you only want to hear that one, it'll hide everything else. If you want to mute, then you won't hear that particular track that you're on. You can drag particular regions, and then you've got an ellipse button where you can regenerate the selection or generate from the selection. So let me think about this. Let's just use the ellipse button here and regenerate. I think that's what I need to actually do. Let's AI match this time and click generate stems. Generating stems. So you've got the original now, and then you've got the regenerated version of that as well. Now while we're doing that, let's have a bit more fun. Let's include some bass. Now I'm going to go electric standard, and I'm going to generate stem. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new track, generate AI instrument, and I'm going to go to guitar, and I'm going to AI match once I've done a new track. Generate new instrument and AI match guitar, and I'll put in custom, and I'll say for the okay, so this is why I should have reviewed the tiers before, because there's a pro version, as you can imagine. There's a basic version and there's a free version. Obviously, I'm just on the free plan at the moment. Okay, so let's have a listen to what it's just done.
Every time you leave, you can't wait to come back. You'll be on your knees until you hit the road, Jack. Wouldn't it be better if you never?
That's really good, actually. It's done a good job, but it's still a bit offbeat, which is a little concerning for me. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do is it's muted everything else, but it's kept the previous things for you. So that can be quite useful, because if I could mute that and just completely start again if I wanted to. So let's add track, generate AI instrument, drums, and presets, and I'm going to try and AI match it. See how this sounds. And the good thing is, because we are doing more and more drums, it's just adding it to the drum section. So whereas a traditional DAW, you've got like drums on the top, and then maybe you've got them halfway down, and then maybe you've got some cymbals somewhere else, particularly in my case. This really helps to kind of group everything together in like the drum section, as it were, which is quite useful, really. So that's quite good. Now, obviously, when you see some of the videos on YouTube, they might have been edited. So this will be this might be a little bit slower for you guys. So let's have a listen to this.
Every time you leave, you can't wait to come back.
I get what it's trying to do. That's just so distorted, though. Like,
On your knees until you hit the road, Jack.
I mean, you've just got to keep working at it until you get something that you want. This is the idea, right? Let me delete that. Not that keen on that, to be honest.
Every time you leave, you can't wait to come back.
Got that spot on, absolutely spot on. So let's try others. Let's try strings, and let's click generate. Now, interestingly, interestingly, I wondered if you needed to be at the beginning or not. I'm getting a couple of messages, so bear with me. Still here. Okay, so what I've decided to do now is I've decided to use AI matching in the hope that it's going to give better results. So I've done AI match drums, I've done AI match bass, I'm doing the guitar and the strings generic. It's just wiped one off. It's just got rid of the guitar. Okay, fine. So add track, generate, guitar, AI match, generate. There we go. Strange. So let's have a listen and pray that this is better. Wow. Oh my god, that's pretty good. That's better than I thought. So listen to the drums. Now, I think because the vocal sample is literally starting here on the beat instead of at the very beginning, that's probably why we're getting a bit of confusion in terms of the drums not being completely in sync. It's doing its own kind of thing. Let's have a listen to the drums. Bass. That's better. That's really good. Wow. I mean, there's a bit of extra stuff going on, so what you could do is you could split those if you wanted to. Let's try listening to it with the strings. Love this bit. Wow. Let's mute these two and just listen to the guitar and the drums. That's better. Not bad. Nice little jingle, isn't it? So if I go to edit that, right, because the bit that I really didn't like was here. So off key there. So I'm you could potentially silence that if you wanted to. Or what you can also do is you can just select the region on here and regenerate. Or should I? No, generate from selection. No, regenerate selection. There we go. And I'm going to click generate. See how we get on with this regeneration here. Now, does regeneration on just this area mean that you're not going to hear the original? In which case you could unmute it and silence it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. This is, I'm going to be honest, yeah. This, I know I had a bit of trouble to begin with, but this is impressive. I've been using DAWs. Oh my God. 2005 maybe? Definitely 2006. So yeah, look what it's done. It's kept the original. It's silenced that and it's replaced it with the new generation. This is clever. Let's have a listen. It's okay, I guess. I mean, let's have another listen to all of it, shall we? See if it matches. Where's my vocal? Oh, it's because I've got solo on. Sorry. Let me disconnect those. There we go. Try that again. It does work. And this is a great thing about this functionality, is the fact that this is completely outside of your scope of imagination. Like, you wouldn't naturally produce this, right? And this is what's so cool about AI generation being able to be embedded in your own music or samples, is that you'll be creating stuff that you could never have dreamed of before. And the results can be quite amazing. I honestly didn't think that sample was going to work with all of that, but it did. It was quite organic and different and against the grain, or grail. So yeah. nice. I like that. Really, really good. Okay, so let's see what else we can do, right? So we've got... So this is the most zoomed out you can get, I imagine, based on this particular track. And you've got the zoom on the top. You got some voting buttons here. You got an ellipse button about the whole project as a whole. You can rename it. You've got the grid. So you might prefer it in minutes and seconds. You got tutorial and you got a generation guide as well. Now the generation guide, you've got some guidelines here. Oh my God, get out of the way, man. Get out of my way. There we go. AI Studio STEM generation guidelines. So I'm not going to go too much into this. Set up a strong foundation. You'll get far better results if your context is chordal bed. So like a full song, pretty much. You know some of those kind of sample packs, which is kind of an all mix where you get everything together. Something to consider. But it says a lone melody is harder for the model to infer harmonically. They've been a bit technical here. For remixes, a well-balanced final mix can serve as a good starting point. If the mix is too complex, consider isolating individual stems. You've got conditioning here, advanced parameters, creative control, optimized conditioning, generating workflows. This is quite good. It's good that they've done this. In terms of limitations, it explains that it's less effective at creating melodic lead lines or solos. So as a tip, what I'd say if you want to do this is make sure you put in the melodic leads yourself as maybe samples or whatever your works or solos, because that way it's going to produce better results for you. In terms of their training data set, it lacks sufficient data from less globally popular genres, which is quite the norm with AI generators, such as Brazilian music, Indian classical, Middle Eastern music. So yeah, so they're looking at improving diversity in future models as they incorporate more data. So this is great. It's just like the first time properly that I'm using a DAW in this way with an AI music generator built in. So this is quite exciting for me. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so that covers that bit. So we've got the AI, which I think is a prompt potentially, stem generation, stem separation, voice conversion, okay, and AI mixing. So let's have a quick look at stem separation. Now there was a bit going on with these drums, I think, near the end. Let me have a listen. Maybe not. I don't know how it's going to do if I try and do it on this, but let's have a look. We've got convert voice, generate stems, separate stems, auto detect. Let's just, oh, you need to upgrade. Of course you do. Of course you do. So let's have a look at the other option, which is voice conversion. This might be the same. Convert voice. Coming soon. I thought that was working. Like, I watched a video on YouTube, yesterday, and somebody was changing the voice. It's a bit strange. Coming soon, 50 studio quality AI voice models. AI mixing, ready to analyze your tracks. Click start to begin AI instrument detection and mixing preparation. Wow, AI mixing, guys, this is quite new. And don't forget, you can drop audio files at the bottom whenever you want to, which is just so cool. You've got a record button up here as well, so it'll just use your standard microphone, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sing on that over the top. I suppose I could, but I'm not going to. And don't forget, this is the worst it's going to get. You got loop if you just want to repeat. You got master output here as well. I should probably turn that metronome off actually, and save that. If you want to download on the free plan, you've got various options here, but I will go through the plans in a second. You can just export the mix as a whole or individual tracks, which is great. You can see here you've got WAV, FLAC, MP3. WAV is probably the best, as I'd suggest, and 44.1 kilohertz sample rate is the best. That's CD quality, guys. So that's pretty cool, but you could go higher if you want to. I mean, God, that's impressive, isn't it? So let's have a look. I'm very interested in this AI mix. So I'm going to go to analysis of 5 tracks. Preparing your tracks for AI mixing. This may take a few moments, okay? By the way, I'll leave a link in the description. Make sure you subscribe if you are interested in similar things such as this. what's going on here? Okay, right. So what we've got here, we've got AI mixing. We've got the musical style. We've got vocal, where we can change the presence, the panning, and the reverb. So does this do this live? If I just solo this and play it, oh, it's gone. Okay, you have to have at least 2 unmuted tracks to start doing this. Okay, let's try this. I could be incorrect here, but I'm not hearing it happen live. So I think you'd need to export the AI mix to actually hear the difference. I could be wrong in that, but these parameters are quite powerful. So on every single track, you can change the presence. You've got things like background on here, normal, and lead. If you want, say, the main vocal to be more dominant, you've got panning on here, and you've got reverb as well, from low, mid to high, or none as well, which is an option. So that's pretty cool. So it's good that there's this AI mix feature here as well. I mean, I can see so much changing with this, like going forwards. Maybe that you can have different colors. There's just so much room for improvement. I'd actually like to splice stuff actually in this section here. Again, this is the worst it's going to get, so just bear with it, I guess, and just check their Discord, etc. for new versions. Now, just a bit more about Moises AI Studio, just to make sure that we've covered a lot of ground. This is why they did this, okay? It says built on your idea without compromise. So rather than the likes of Suno Ugio just completely creating a track from scratch, you're able to put in your own input with this, which is just amazing. This just gives so many different possibilities for you. And, you could be putting demos in here and all sorts of things, and just actually creating a full-fledged track based on this, which I just think is amazing. It says here, one idea, infinite possibilities, and I'd agree with that. I think it's amazing. You've got things like genre presets, which I've already covered, creative control, which I haven't even bothered with yet, smart selector generator for like generating the stems. So it says highlight any part of your track, and AI Studio will fill in the rest with new ideas, transitions, or grooves that will keep your flow going. And I just think it's great. You got the mixing here, which I've just featured, make it sound like you. And yeah, that's the difference, right? Is the fact that this is putting your stamp on the songs that you're creating, and then utilizing AI generations as a tool to actually complete and finish it off for you. But you've still got full control over it, whereas traditional AI music generations just don't have that capability. Now, there are some FAQs, so you're able to upload your own original audio, or even just start with a prompt. So you don't have to put in a sample like I did in this demo. You can use the stem generation tool to choose what you want to create and customize the genre and groove. If you want to regenerate sections, you can obviously do that. You can tweak individual stems as well and stay in full control of what gets added or changed. It works on both web and desktop. You don't need extra plugins or anything for that. You can turn on AI mixing to polish your tracks. You can choose genre presets, which I did show, to actually kind of template the mix as that particular genre is, and fine-tune the mix settings to how you want. You then have the option of AI mastering, which I didn't even know about, where you can adjust the sample rate before even exporting, and that's amazing. Now, this is the million-dollar question, okay? So does Moises use my audio to train its models? No. The audio you upload is only used for conditioning or inspiration during your session. Then it is discarded. Moises never trains with your data. That is huge, okay? And that makes such a difference to so many artists that I know, in that they may not trust other platforms, because that could be a yes. And I always encourage people to check the terms of service with these platforms. It's really important that you do that, just to understand where you stand with everything, where you stand with your releasing, your licensing, your rights, everything like that. Check the terms of use, okay? But that's the best news I've had today, is the fact that it's not using your input to train its future models, and that is just absolutely brilliant. So I'm really pleased about that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the different tiers for you just so that that's clear. Now what they're offering at the moment, and that's as of time of this video, is they're doing an introductory offer of 30% off when you sign up and you have a day to get 30% off, which can be really useful in terms of giving yourself, you know, a good go on this. Some people may want to wait until Suno Studio. I can understand why. From my point of view, this offers a lot. And if you are a music producer or want to delve into that, I think personally it's a good tool to use. I mean, I did all of that on the free tier, right? And I thought that was pretty reasonable for like demos and stuff. So like for the free plan, just to give you a bit of an insight, you've got yearly and you've got monthly. I always try and go on monthly, okay? That gives you on the free plan 5 AI audio separations per month, okay? That's useful to know as a number, but you get a free pitch and tempo changer, which I haven't even shown in this demo. But yeah, you can check that out if you want to. AI stem generation, you get 60 generative AI credits, which is quite a lot if you think about it. You get key and BPM detection, which I thought was absolutely spot on with the sample that I put into it. Now, if you do want the premium version, which is the next tier up, if you go for the year plan, you get 30% off. But as a monthly, it's $3.49 a month, which is pretty cheap, to be honest. That's very reasonable. That includes unlimited audio separations instead of just 5. You can isolate more instruments and vocals, and you have 20-minute of length separations to utilize. So it's still capped, but that may be enough for you. You've then got AI stem generations where you get 100 generative AI credits instead of 60, and you can additionally purchase more credits if you want to, but you also get advanced AI chords, unlimited AI metronome, I don't know why that needs to be unlimited, and reference mastering as well, so that's cool. The pro version, which is going to be obviously the ultimate, isn't it? Let's be honest. Now, obviously, I'm getting the introductory offer over the top of this, so this monthly should be $4.99 unless you're encouraged to take up that introductory offer, okay? So if I then subscribe within the next 23 hours, I'll get it for $17.49 a month. That's on the monthly plan, which is pretty good. $24.99 might be a bit steep for most people, but that is the standard price of paying monthly if you want to do a rolling month. Now what you get is you get everything, obviously. You get stem separation for high quality AI separation models. You get drum parts, such as cymbals and snares, and multimedia tracks to utilize, as well as custom multi-track separations. The AI stem generations is unlimited credits through to the end of this year with advanced creative control as well as AI mixing, which may have been why it wasn't working for me on the free plan trying to listen to it live, I don't know. But you also get lossless exports, which is cool, Voice Studio, and advanced AI mastering, VST plugins. Oh my god, VST plugins, guys, that's amazing. So if you are a regular DAW user with plugins, that'll connect up, as well as being able to release for commercial use. Again, just make sure that you check the terms of service on this stuff, okay? So there are your ticks if you're interested. I mean, there's a lot of functionality here. I think for like this beta release, this is incredible. This is offering a lot. So yeah, so there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry, it's been a lot, but there's been a lot to cover. Obviously, this is based on the free plan, so just bear in mind that I haven't been able to show you the other stuff yet. And we've also got Suno Studio coming, so make sure you subscribe if you want to be kept up to date. And I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.